starts up. Yeah. Hold on now. I think it's okay. It was dropping some frames for a bit, but all right. Surprise! I guess I'm back. I thought I wouldn't be, but for a little bit anyway. Yeah. So the reason I don't like most of these puzzles here is because there's no real good theme to them. They're just kind of random puzzles. And that feels bad. So these are like, these are good because there's a theme to them, which is like it's introducing the mechanic and it's building in complexity. And some of these are a little bit tricky. And then it ends with like a gotcha that requires you to figure something else out. And so then these are fun because you figured out that gotcha and it's kind of playing with. I am not sure what is going on with that puzzle. I think there are two puzzles stacked on top of each other. Or something like that. That is exactly what's going on. Oh, that's probably killed my... No, maybe not. Okay. That's fine. Alright. So this is like a little sequence that plays with that idea, and so that's kind of fun. And then I feel like you would expect it to go to something different that has some kind of theme. And this is okay, but not quite what I would expect, I think. So I don't like that. I don't like any of these, to be honest, so I think all of these are going to get pulled out, at least, if not completely cut. But we're going to pull them out here for now. I've got so much of a mess of puzzles out here, it's like kind of bad. And then this set, I don't like because there's no clear like point to it. This is the only one that I like of this set. And I think it's because the way it is, it feels like you could connect that with that. And there's something about it that you're like reasoning through that makes it good. And there's something about this that's too easy and this that's too easy because you kind of don't have much question in your mind about where, like what connects where, because you're looking at this and you're like, well, these are probably going to connect to there, right? Because then that would just make that into a block and then you're done. It's not the only solution, which this is probably the solution that I actually wanted. But yeah. Could make it to where your mouse cursor moved when you moved, like this. So like if you're using input, then it will move with you. but if the camera just moves by itself, then it doesn't move. I don't know. I don't know whether that would be confusing or actually good, but I could do that. Question is, like, do I want to jump to this thing, which was like counting, although I think this one actually involves canceling, and so I wanted to not have that one first. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there are too many of these. 3, and then that's 2, so that's right. And then that's 2, and that's 2. Yeah. I don't know. I'll do some things with the cursor to figure out what I want. Let's see, 6, 5, 4, 2, 6, 2. That's 1. 2 minus, okay, so it can be. I don't like that one too much. I seemed to like this one, at least when I marked it on the thing. So. Well, that makes me think I need those, but maybe I don't. That's 2, definitely. 4, 3. Wait, 4, 3, 2. 5, 4, 3, 2. 5, 4. That's not gonna work, is it? 5. Because that's 4 plus 1 is 5, minus 1 is 4. So if it was 4, it would work. But then that's going to take it down to 3. Because that's like one of the things I wanted to do with these was like you step down to something else and then that makes it work. Which maybe I do here. 6 minus 3 is 3. No. But 3. Make 2's out of those. 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it looks like I need 3's like that. That one's maybe okay just because it's challenging. there's too much of these counting things going on here. And it starts to get kind of random. So I like this idea, and I like putting maybe this one at the end of a set. So if I did ones, it might be like, I don't know. It still feels weird to like not have a subtraction that would work with two colors without having to lock stuff. I don't know. Let's look at this though. I seem to remember that I liking this one because this one was like 6, and then if you go 6, 7, 8 minus 4 is 4, and so that works. And then I get 6 subtracted out there, and then I get that. Okay, so definitely these two are better. This one is definitely canceling stuff. So if I had to trim it down, I just don't know. None of these jump out at me, though. These ones are okay. These ones are kind of like just more of the same idea, but kind of crap. Although this one's pretty easy if you cancel stuff. But it would be nice to have some that were like not so brutally weird like these ones are. Or even that one. This one's like the only decent one. And this one involves canceling as well, so too much canceling is the problem. So I think I'm going to cut that one. I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to cut this one. Keep this one, and maybe this one, but try to rework it in some way. So I want to keep this one, and cut this one, so we're going to cut that. Put that out here somewhere for now. Just get rid of that. That one, and then we're going to cut that one and that one. But I'm not sure exactly what some's going to lead up to this, but I really want to do like 1, 2, and then 3 on that one. I'm going to get rid of these wires for now. That. This doesn't need power now. Shouldn't need power. Or if it does, it gets power from this. Okay, so yeah. So the issue is I need something that feels more like there's something thematically going on. So that one's doable that way and doable that way. So it's pretty easy, I would say. I'm not entirely sure what I was thinking was interesting about that one. This one's a little bit interesting. It's doable two ways, though, I think. It's doable that way and this way. This is the more interesting way, I think. But I'm not quite sure how to force that. So I think I'll pull this first one, because I really can't see what I thought was interesting about it anymore. And usually that's a good enough reason to go ahead and cut a puzzle, in my opinion. This one I can kind of see what I thought was interesting, but it doesn't really work the way that I thought it would. I think what's interesting about it is the idea of that I need to make these into threes in some way that's interesting. If I do it like this, then we're going to get 3 and 3. So the only thing I could really think of is color, if I got to keep those separate from each other. Like if this was white and that was black, then that might work. If I wanted to do a color one, I could make it like this and that. The question is, if I like unlock the tiles, how does that work? So I think that would probably introduce some chaos. 6, 7, 8, 9. 7, 8. That definitely can't connect with that because it's yellow. So I would need to do this, I guess. Because then that would mean that I can't do that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's the only way to do that way. So I can pull that off, put it down here. Pull that off, put it down here. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I hit that, that knocks it down to 5. So that's like the idea, right? Is to do it that way. Oh, so there's a way that combines all those if I do it that way. I just knew there was for some reason. If I make those the same color, then I assume that I can do... Oh, apparently it works. Weird. So I know that that doesn't combine though. But that doesn't work. So that makes that a little bit interesting, because then I could actually have that one where you just go around the center pretty easily. Because it would create an expectation that you do that one that way. And that would actually make it a little bit more worthwhile. I don't know whether this is going to work if I paste this. It looks like it works, okay. So I had one here a minute ago that you do go around the outside pretty easily. I don't know why it lets you pause when I'm not like playing. So let's see. Is this the one that goes around the outside? Okay, so this one goes around the outside. So the question is, how do I make this work? I guess the outside's yellow. Yeah, if I did this one this way, oops, that is not the right puzzle. But if I did this puzzle this way and made the outside ones yellow like this, then I believe it could be done this way. Yeah, that would be the only way it could be done, right? I don't know, there's some other ideas, I guess. Huh. It's pretty weird, that idea, though. Huh. There's no reason I have to group those together, so. It might be okay, though, to do that and then that, because they're pretty similar, even if they're not quite. It's not forcing me to do the roundabout. So I think I will do that way. So that would go first. Yeah. So, yeah. That works better just because those then have a connection, which is that structurally they are similar. It's just this one, because it's like that. You can either do it this way, which I guess is a bit of a weird way, or you can do this way. Now the question is like, I could do one where you're forced to do it this way by making this yellow and that dot yellow or something, because then you'd have to separate those two. And then this one's like, has to be done like that. So that's not terrible. So then none of these involve canceling, which is nice. Because we've done all this canceling, and I kind of want to shift gears. And then that would allow, when I do have something that requires canceling, that it's harder. Question is here, do I want to do something with colors? Because problem is the dots. Is if it's like this, it's ambiguous which dots go with which. I feel like there's several ways to do that, and that's the way that I want you to do it, but I feel like that's not the only way. There are, in fact, 12 ways to do it, so yeah. Pretty sure the way that I wanted you to do it was the way that I just did it. Like that. Where you have to subtract out of this space to get that. I gotta think about whether there's some other way I can do that. I guess I could do it this way, where we go like that, 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 and that, and then we go, the other ones are like black. So then it's like, okay, does this go with that or this? But I know I can't combine those. That's 5. The issue is that I do need them combined, didn't I? Isn't that what I needed? I needed those centers combined. So it's 12 minus 2 is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 would be 4, and 4 minus 1 would be 8 minus 7, but that's not quite right. Yeah. It was like... here instead of there. Why am I buzzing so much? Oh. I'm getting a lot of messages. Did anybody drop back in? No. stream dropped out? Because I assume it probably did. Maybe not that much. So are there any other solutions to this? So this is just two solutions. One like this, and one like that. Okay, so that's fine. That's pretty much what I was thinking. But it just feels strange, you know? If I had one here, then I'd have to do that. So if I put one there and one there, but then that would have to be black. So let's see what that does. I think it will do the same as this, though, is the problem. But let's try it. So that definitely works. But I think you can also do it like this, right? Why not? Oh, because I've got 4. So how many solutions are there here? It says there's 4 solutions. Yeah. So I think that's probably good, because I think they're just rotations of each other. Yeah. Okay, so that's actually pretty good. So I think I'll go with that setup, yeah. Because then that's like a 1, 2, 3. That all seem vaguely similar, except these ones are 4 here. I might make them all yellow just to kind of make the thing jump out a little bit different so that it's clear that it's like different in some way. So it's like, okay, they're all the same color, but this is not the same as that. Which is why, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I actually do kind of like that. I'm going to replace this puzzle with that. Then I'm going to try something different. See if I can like unlock some tiles and make this still work. Because I did lock a bunch of tiles and I don't like locked tiles. But it starts to have like an ungodly amount of solutions if I unlock it. Whereas if I go like, oops, like this, and then make this like that. The problem then is it's probably too obvious what I'm supposed to do. That just doesn't work because it's too prescriptive. So I think we'll go with the lock tiles, which actually work a little better for that one. And then this last one's pretty different. It's not really like these other ones. I kind of like it anyway, so. But yeah, I want something that's like something that's like this, but not. of color with those. That's good. Alright, I'm going to take a real brief break again. Yeah. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, so pretty much happy with this set here. It's really just a matter of I need something else that's using these -1s on every one of them. I can't really do that kind of puzzle with colors because then the colors kind of give it away, I feel like. Gosh, it's freaking cold in here. It's so cold. Yeah. So what I want here is I want one that's like this, but doesn't involve canceling, because the canceling, I don't want to do that yet. So if we do like 6 here, let's put like 6, 6, 6, 6 in the middle. So there's 12 here, which would be 2 6s. 6, 5, 4, 3. So 6 doesn't work out evenly with these. So that's interesting. So that's 12 is the reason that does that. So if I do like a 6 here, then other than subtracting all of it so that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to clear it out, there's no other way to get the thing other than to hit something else and add. So it's like 6, 5, 4, 3. See, because this is 4, and that's wrong. But if I had a 1, then it would be 5, 3. But if I added like a 2 right here, then that would be right? 6, 5, 4, 3, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, so it goes to 5, which is what I have here. So I liked that idea at one point. It was 5, 4, 3 plus 1, then you would be able to do like this or something. So maybe I should do that. Like a 5 and a 1. I think the problem is that that always like works out. So it's like over there's too many solutions is the problem. Like 961 solutions to this. Yeah, so that's no good. That works. Yeah, this is a hard type of puzzle to design. So that works, and then I've got those together, I get 3. I get 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that doesn't work. So do that. So that's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So that doesn't work. Plus 5. So that doesn't really work. Do like this. We have 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. So that doesn't work. I guess 6. Does it work? Let me like clear out all these because I don't think that works. Either way, unless I add like 2 down here and 2 here, or even more, I guess. So I gotta have 3, 4, and 2. So yeah, so I don't want canceling. I don't want canceling. Four, 3, 2, 3. Yeah, it seems weird. It seems very weird. So that's nice in a way, I think, because I know if this is here, 5, 4, 3, so I can do that. This is not terrible, in a way. There are a lot of solutions to this stuff. Even more solutions when I do that. Why is it so hard for me to come up with a puzzle like this? I guess because it's really hard to reason about something that subtracts 1 every single step you take and make something that feels good. I want to start with that 1 idea, which was like 5 and 1, and 5 and 1, and then I want want something in the middle. So that's 16 minus 4. That. The problem, again, is we end up with something has to be done. Because it all adds up. If I want 5, 4, 3, and then 4 to add up. I guess I need to just lock the things, the problem. I'm just hesitant to do so. Let's see if it was like this. 65 solutions. If I lock it like this, there's 12 solutions. If I lock it like this, there's 3 solutions. 5, 4, 3. Do they all respect the... Okay, so there's that. There's a weird one there with the 3 going around a corner. If I did this like instead of 3 and 3, I did 6. Problem is though, I need an empty space. So I do 6 and 6, and then have an empty space. Then sure, yeah, it works. It's just really hard to do these kind of puzzles. Unless you make them straight canceling puzzles and stuff. It's pretty challenging. Say this has got to be on, and that's got to be off, and that's got to be on. 6, 5, 4. So let me try that. Let me just try locking that, and that, and that. It says there's 2 solutions. There's that. Tile, basically. What's the likelihood that you're going to figure that way out? It's pretty low, but that's pretty interesting. It's got that extra space. I'm just not happy with this puzzle at all. It's kind of annoying. Oh man, I dropped a bunch of frames a minute ago for some reason. So that's like the next thing on the docket, I guess, is to try to come up with something resembling a sequence that utilizes that idea. It's really hard to come up with something. It's kind of like, it's very prescriptive design idea. Like if I do this like this, then it just becomes very prescriptive. So I know that works. And this is 6, 5, 4, 3. So I don't want to do that really. I want to do like that, which will cancel. 5, 4, 3. Maybe I do want to do this. 6, 5, 4. 6, 5, 4, 3. 5. Let's see. So that creates that 7, right? 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 4. 5, 4, 3, 4 would do that, and that would be 6. Huh. That's weird. So that goes 6. It's just too many numbers on it is the problem. Because this is like 6 and 6 is 12, plus 5 is 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. It says there's 5 solutions though. There's that one, which is like really insane. Like it makes me feel like the way to make these puzzles work better is to make the panels smaller. Like make it like this size. That way I'd only have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 max to think about. And so, because to make these kind of panels work, I really need to have more numbers on the panel than the amount of spaces, or else it ends up like this one where you just are dealing with canceling out. So this is 12. So if I have like a 6 and a 6 to begin with, and then anything else, then I start to have like a puzzle. So let's try that to begin with. Let's just do like, let's put a 6 in this corner and a 6 in that corner, like I was doing down here maybe. And then if I do this, then that would be solved to begin with, right? No? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it isn't. Okay, so that's interesting. So 6, 5, 4, 3. Huh. This problem is 6s, like I said, don't collapse properly. This is a... Yeah, so if, oh, dang it. It's really annoying filling these with -1s. I should probably make the fill thing on these let you type something in and then click fill. So like by default it would fill with 1, but if you want to fill with like -1 you could do that, but it's probably more work than it's worth. So 5, so yeah, that's the issue there, is if I go 5, 5, 4, 3, so that'll work. That'll work. So that's good. And if I put 6, I think it'll be impossible. So if I do like that, that's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 if I wanted. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I go 10. Why does that not work? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So it's because it's subtracting 8 from 10, which is 2. I'm subtracting 9 from 10, which is 1. So there's no way to clear it out completely. I don't think there's a solution to this. Okay, yeah, there isn't. If I added a 1, would there be a solution? So now there's a bunch of solutions, which is what I thought. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want to do that, and then we got 1, 2, 3. And here I just need something else, which would be like a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2. So I need a 3 and a 3, right? No. 4, 3, 2, 1, 4. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 4. Okay, so yeah. Yeah. Mm. Huh. Just doesn't seem right. I need something different. So 4 works there because it cancels, but I don't want canceling. So many solutions there is the problem. Because of how you can add everything together. It's really annoying. Oops, I accidentally started a new file because I hit F1 instead of escape. It's okay though. Let's just run back up there, I guess. There's some issue with starting a new file where that breaks, and I'm not sure what it is. Oh dear, I gotta solve all this crap again, because I don't have like a hack to mark stuff as solved. Well, that probably makes it as good as time I need to, well, I don't know, because did it reset this panel? Like, what did it do? Or is this like still, oh yeah, it's just cleared that panel out. Okay, well, yeah, that's as good a time as I need to call it for today. I think I'll just leave that. Anybody ever show up? Oh, geez. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I didn't realize everybody raided. Sorry. Hey, thanks for the raid. I guess I missed that. I kind of just had gotten used to streaming for the past hour that nobody was here, and sadly I don't have like chat on another screen, so I have to check it. Yeah, I did take a like 15-minute break earlier. Hey, yeah, actually I do have an automated solver, but the automated solver doesn't necessarily help me design what I'm trying to do, right? I could obviously make something that searches the entire space, but why is it not drawing the thing right? What does that need? There we go. That is why? Why is it doing this? Oh, because it is solved. Duh. Okay. So, yes, I do have an automated solver, actually. And I could theoretically generate these puzzles, but I'm looking for a specific kind of thing with this puzzle. So yeah, I can, I can go here and put that in, and I can hit this that will solve, and there weren't any solutions, right? Sorry, I know it's hard to see because I'm streaming like super low res, but yeah, no breaks allowed. Well, I guess I'll keep going since people are hanging out, because otherwise I was gonna call it, because I'm like, I didn't want to have to like resolve all these puzzles, because I just need to design one puzzle, which I guess I don't technically have to resolve that. I just need to take this puzzle and disconnect its requirements for power so that I can look at it by itself. But yeah, the set that I want to do of puzzles is puzzles where every single tile subtracts 1. And yes, these puzzles are math, sort of. I mean, they're area. Spoilers, I guess. But yeah, so the way these puzzles work is they're sort of late in this area. And you've just got a little number on the tile, and that's how big the area needs to be. That includes that tile. So in that case, like, it's got to be a size 4 area, right? So these ones are later and have these little open circle ones, and those subtract from the area. So, spoilers, I guess, but since people are hanging out and they want to know. So this would go like 6, and then when I combine with that, it's subtracting 2 from this. So then that would be 4. Now this puzzle's a little trickier than that, but that's how it works. So, so what I'm wanting to do is make some puzzles where every tile subtracts 1, except for the ones that have positive numbers on it. So as you would go along, it would have to be like 5, and then this would make that 4, and then that would make it 3. So like at this point, this is okay. If I got rid of like all the other negative ones here, this would be solved actually. So I'm trying to make a panel that requires you to do that, that hopefully is not locked down to the point that it's easy, and also is not overburdened with numbers to the point that your brain explodes from too much counting. Can I make it to where the solutions spell out dog smells? I could make it to where the solutions spell out whatever, but that's thus far not something I've done or wanted to do. Yeah. But it's pretty easy for like one of these type of puzzles for me to do something like, let's say this. Well, I guess I would need 5. See, the issue is as soon as I make this 5, yeah, that works, but I don't know. I guess the other thing is I didn't want canceling on that panel, because I'm trying to kind of like, unfortunately none of these puzzles are solved, so you can't see anything. So I just gotta like solve some puzzles real quick so you can see what the heck is going on. Yeah. So I like this set of puzzles, but anyway, so at this one I introduced canceling, and then I had a set of puzzles based on canceling. But I wanted to like go through some puzzles and not have any canceling for a while, and then I would like bring canceling back, and it would be something you had forgotten about that you could do because you'd done several puzzles since then. Well, yes, of course, you know. We wouldn't want to spell spell dog smells. Could be anything else. See ya later, Dire Goldfish. Thanks for the raid again. I guess if there's a bunch of people, I actually have no idea how many people are here. There's like 16 people. I should explain the game a little bit, because it is a weird game, but it should be kind of clear what's going on. Anyhow, even if you're hanging out. Looks like I'm dropping some frames, so I apologize for that. But anyhow, so the game is exploration puzzle game. Pretty much all the puzzles in the game have that type of interface where you have a panel that you're toggling tiles on and off. They just have different types of clues or ways that you might be deciding what tiles are on or off. So the game's called Taiji, and I guess I'll post the site in the chat if people want to keep up with development, because I post about development there sometimes, on a semi-non-regular basis. Anyway, so yeah, so here we're like pretty deep into one of the like more logic-y areas in the game, where there's a lot of puzzles in this area, and I'm kind of revising the area to try to make it better and have less extraneous puzzles. But there's other kinds of puzzles. Those ones are a little bit less logic-y there, and this one you need to know how to do these kinds of puzzles. This one's more like observational. These ones have some trees. Different kinds of puzzles. These are not the graphics of the game. These are like just one I'm prototyping. This is what the game looks like for the moment until I am a little bit more locked down on what some of the puzzles are going to be, so that I don't have to completely redo a bunch of art for everything. But I will be working on art for the game over this next year, so it will start to look a lot more like a game and a lot less like this. What percentage complete is it out of 250? Well, it's never really done, you know, like fashion. So, negative infinity. Alright, but, so that's cool, but it has 20 solutions, which makes me wonder what the 20 solutions are. I guess you can do it that way, right? No, you can't do it that way. Why are there 20 solutions? Because I guess you can do it that way, whatever way you want. The problem is it's got canceling. I didn't want canceling. Okay. I'm gonna save that puzzle anyway because it's better than several of the other ones that I had in this area, in this set anyway. So it's more of a beginning than that, than the other ones were. But I don't want canceling to begin with. I want no canceling. Oh, I think my girlfriend's home, so I'm gonna take a real quick break just to say hey to her and stuff, and then I'll come back and work on this for maybe another half hour. Hey, Mint Spider. Sorry, I'm gonna take a real quick break. I will put some music on or something, so you have something to listen to. Okay. Yeah. I dropped so many frames. So many frames. It was dropping frames for some reason. I don't know why. Is it still dropping frames? It's because my internet is terrible. Is it working now? Looks like it's okay now. Yeah, so I'm trying to make this puzzle be not terrible. Not sure how. Anyway, I'm probably going to stream for like another half hour or so, and then I'll get off and eat, actually, like I was going to earlier. I don't think this has any solutions. No, it doesn't. And that's annoying, because, like, the other way has solutions. I need... Let me see what that is. So that makes 4... There's like a bunch of solutions to that are some involving canceling, some not. I don't know how to avoid canceling other than locking down tiles. And I don't want to lock them down, especially when the panel's this small. Yeah. Well, technically, I am recording it, so I am sliding a basket under those frames. And they'll show up in an indeterminate time in the future on the archives. Yeah, it sucks how bad that my internet is. I really can't think of any way to make these puzzles work the way I want. Because I have several over here, but they just... basically just throw a bunch of numbers at you so that it's like a crap ton of more than how many's on the panel, and you gotta figure it out that, and then I lock some tiles, and it just feels like you're just trying to figure out the one prescribed solution that I gave you rather than it being something a little more organic, I guess. This set has 2 solutions, which means that there's a unique solution here. So what is it? So if I go 4, 3, 2, that's 3, 4, 3. Okay, so I'm guessing that it probably involves that. At least one of them. Okay, 4, 3, and then that's 4 again. That's 3 again. That's 4 again. That doesn't work. Unless I'm canceling. That's the only thing I can think of. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just look at the solution, but I actually like to try to solve them sometimes because it helps me know whether or not the puzzle is any good. Okay. So, I don't know whether the solution is going to involve canceling or not. But I know there's like only one. I mean, if I don't lock the tiles, there's going to be 2. There's going to be an inversion of that. But there's essentially one solution. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would cancel. If I add that, that would cancel. The problem is at 1. 4, 3, 4. I feel like there's something like this going on. It's not. It's not. I can make 4 that way. fumbling around trying to solve my own puzzles. Hello, Elliot. How's it going? I don't know if I've seen you on streams ever, but maybe it's just been a while. Let's see. Trying to solve my own puzzles. This one's actually surprisingly difficult. Maybe it's just because my brain is like in a fog now and is failing me. 4, 3, 2. How the heck does this have 2 solutions? I know it does. I know it does. I don't know how. Is it? That was terrible. It is the canceling solution. It's really hard though. But interesting actually. It's kind of interesting. Kind of dumb, but kind of interesting. I think it's just hard because the shape of the panel is weird. Because these guys are down here. Like, let me take this out. Let me take and back up that one, and then we'll try another one that's testing to see whether or not if I moved those to the top it would work. I was surprised how hard that was. And it was hard because I wasn't using hardly anything of what I was expecting to use. It was like just everything cancels. It would just pull out those ones. So if I put, instead of putting the 1 there, if I put it up here, and then put the 4 here, I'm wondering if that has other solutions. It does. It's just weird because these are here. Because otherwise you could do like something else. Let's say you could do three. So it's got 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Well, then what are the other solutions? Why is there 8 solutions? What are these different solutions? Oh. It just gives you like a ability to divide along the center if you want. But it's still like a canceling solution, that one. It's just like more flexible. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that puzzle. I'm gonna hold on to it because it was like weirdly hard for how small it was. This one particularly. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I think this is good. Because I wasn't really looking for a hard one, and I was also looking for non-canceling puzzles that are using this technique. Don't involve me locking down a bunch of tiles. It may be that it's mathematically impossible for me to make a puzzle like that. So I may have to, as far as reintroducing canceling, I may have to just do one of these puzzles that reintroduces canceling after you've done like 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. But I was hoping to do a sequence of these that didn't involve canceling, and then make one where you did have cancel out, and you'd be like, hopefully I've forgotten that you could do that. And so it would only be hard because you'd forgotten. Otherwise it would be easy. But this is actually hard, even if I've forgotten. You just have to kind of guess, or you have to count these. Think 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then think, okay, I can cancel that and that. And then I've just got this left over. Okay. Let's look at something else. See, because if they're even like that, and I say like, okay, well, that one's like So let's say we do, I don't know, something like this. We lock that on and that off. Then it ends up being just a case of that I've been forced only a few specific solutions, and not really that there was anything crazy. So I guess the thing I learned here, right, is these with, when I have subtraction on every single one of them, the panels come down into roughly two categories, I guess. They're either panels that have just enough to equal the amount of dots, like this one, which means that we're canceling out everything. Or they are more than enough, so in this case it's 10, and there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, there's only 8, so they're 2 extra. So they're either more than enough, or they're enough. Those are basically 2 categories, and so I have to go more than enough if I want to have something besides just canceling, I guess. Or I have to really lock the panel down in some way. I don't have like a timestamp on these. I don't get a timestamp on these. Actually, I can do it on this other one. I can't. Yeah, that's not timestamps. There we go. I don't know if it'll show me. I said I would go for another 30 minutes, but my brain is starting to fart out on me, so I think I might call it because I'm most likely been doing these puzzles for a while today. But hey, you know, we got a little bit done. If you weren't here earlier, we like reorganized this area so that you got like an optional puzzle here that will unlock this gate, and you have this puzzle that's a little bit easier than this puzzle, which will be your main way through. It's kind of annoying. So if you do this one, then you don't have to like solve this every time you want to go through here, one way or the other, because you have to solve it differently for each way. So that's a shortcut back. And now this set goes into a little sub area here, and then I was working on revising this area, which I got basically through this and this, so that's all revised. I was just working on this next set. And this area is going to have to get moved over to the other side of this section here, so that you'll go out here into that area. And then that would pretty much be, I think, the whole setup for this entire big area here. And I'd be pretty happy with that for the next build. So it's not like I didn't get anything done, just everybody showed up super late. I guess I need to stream later, that's what that means. But oh, we're dropping so many frames. Dropping frames like that. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining. Follow the channel if you haven't. I only stream on a semi-unregular basis at the moment, but that should change pretty soon. I'm hoping to be able to stream more regularly. Anyway, but thanks for joining. I hope it was enlightening and interesting, and you got something out of it, because I know I did, and that's 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 why we're here, right? So see y'all later. Have a good one.